Today, I want to discuss a question that I've been fielding quite a bit lately. And that question is, has COVID impacted the value of my practice? Well, the answer is it depends. And the best way for me to explain it is this. There are several components that comprise the total value of your practice. Typically, the largest component is goodwill. Goodwill value in a chiropractic office is measured by taking the last 12 months you have of collections and you subtract what did I have to spend to generate that. In other words, the last 12 months of collections minus annual pertinent or necessary expenses. It's also known as 1 year's net, okay? When COVID came calling, one of the things we wanted to figure out is there a way or would there be a way to be able to preserve that goodwill value, okay? So let me tell you a true life story of what happened and how that helped us solve this mystery. There's a retiring doc. Hey, Jerry, I'm ready to sell my practice. Well, great. Can I get your information? And boy, I got probably 10, 15 years of stats. One of the things that I noticed about this practice is the collections were very consistent. But when I did my 12-month look back to do the valuation, I noticed that 3 of the months was 11,000. So like, what's going on here? Well, that's when I had my hip surgery. Oh, interesting. I noticed that after these 3 months of 11,000, you went right back to 20,000. Well, that's because I didn't come back till I was ready to pick up where I left off. So here's what I did is I talked to the underwriter and said, look, I have this doc that's retiring, very consistent numbers, but there was 3 months within the last calendar year that had very low collections. Would it be okay if I remove those 3 months and use a 15-month time frame so that when I remove those 3 months, we have those as the last 12 months of collections? Would that be a problem? Well, did the practice return to normal cash flow? Yeah. Well, obviously, no. Go ahead. How about this? The whole country just had hip surgery. And so what happens, some of these clinics are bouncing back in 2 months, some are bouncing back in 6 months, and some aren't bouncing back. This is why the answer was, it depends. What I can tell you right now is this. If you can get your clinic to perform at pre-COVID numbers, you will win that argument about removing the down months because of the COVID impact, right? So that's really good news for you. Now, for some of you that haven't returned to normal, maybe you're at or near retirement age, you don't have the energy to get the practice back to where it was. Maybe you lost an employee or two. Maybe you cut back on your hours. Well, for a case like that, your new normals is what your value is going to be. But the most important thing I wanted to point out here is that if indeed you worked hard to get your clinic back to where it was pre-COVID, you will not get punished for that downturn.